How's it going, everybody? I just wanted to do this this quick kind of not a review, but kind of a review on a little piece of gear that I got some time ago. I haven't had a whole lot of chance to work with it yet, but I will tell you of some of my dislikes about it. And what I'm talking about is this. This is the Feiyutech Scorp Pro. And for those of you that may not have seen anything else on it, this is a gimbal, camera gimbal. This is for a DSLR type camera. It's big. This thing, so this thing, if you have to pay full price for it, it's $650, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but anyways, I'm just gonna do a little kind of not really a review, but I want to tell you my dislikes about it. So first off, let me kind of put it together. So you can see it's got this is a cool thing. I like this. This is a I can't remember exactly. I think it's the standard mount. I think it's a little bit bigger than the standard mount, actually. But it does have the 3/8 inch mount for your tripod, but it also has the quick disconnect. So it has that. That's one neat thing about it. And then of course you've got this major. This is all metal. It's a solidly built handle. Now this handle also becomes the tripod, so you can use it as a desktop type tripod, which is really cool. Now, let me turn my light on. I forgot to do that real quick. So now, keeping that in mind, has a couple things. First off, in order to use this gimbal, in order to use this Feiyutech Scorp Pro Gimbal, you have to use this big long plate. This mount plate. That's the only, I wouldn't say it's the only one you use, but you have to use this one. And the reason why you have to use that one is because it has this. And let me put this on there. So let me scoot these things around a little bit so I can show you everything here. I know this is kind of difficult, but sorry. So what this is, this bolts onto that plate on the front, as you can see there. So it comes with the bolt, comes with the Allen key and everything like that. That plate comes over here, and then it mounts to, and then it goes over to here. And there is your 10mm tube for your focus, follow focus motor. Now, that's going to be issue number one that I don't like. As I just said, that is a 10mm focus motor. So there is your 10mm hole, okay? That's what a 10mm looks like. You can see how tiny that is. These standard for video, and see, this is, again, you put that focus motor on there so that you can control focus on the lens, or you can use it for zooming. You can use it for your aperture or iris, whatever. Doesn't make any difference. But anyways, that's what that does. That goes on there, and then this has to go to the to the to the gimbal itself. So the gimbal has, and let me see if I can see it. Yeah, you can see them right here. It has 2 USB-C plugs on it. One of them says 1, one of them says 2. So if you've got 1 motor or 2 motors. Now, the way you can tell that, and actually I say that the way, it's not the way you tell it, but this is the way it works. So on this gimbal, you have 2 rotary knobs. You have one on the grip right there, and then one on the base of the gimbal itself. Now, you can make these to where they're 1. So if it's plugged on and turned on and everything, and this is all 1, when I turn this one, then this one will turn also. And you can use it for pan, tilt, rotate, or focus, or zoom, whatever it is you have it set up. Now we'll show you this. This is anyways. Now let me get back to what I was saying. So that's a 10mm tube. Now I want to show you real quick. Let me take this motor back off here real quick, just so you can see this. Take this off, and I'll show you on here first. This is the 10mm connection. This is the standard connection for professional video, 15mm. So you can see how much bigger that is. So I have not found anything else anywhere that uses a 10mm tube. Nothing. Not one single thing that I've seen anywhere uses a 10mm tube. Okay, so keeping that in mind, this is the only thing you're going to use. This was $129 for this motor. Now you can still use this if you're just using the gimbal and you want to focus or whatever. Yeah, if you just want to use one focus motor, that's all you've got. On my lenses, I set my aperture or my iris to the widest open, and I'll use ND filters, but I'll use the focus. So, and there's no zoom on these. These are Cine lenses, so there's no zoom. So I will use the focus motor. It's good to go. If I do use one of my Nikon lenses that I have an adapter for this camera, this is a micro four thirds, then I've got Nikon G lenses. So if I do use one of those where I want to do some zooming and some focusing, then I can do that by using a part 2, the small rig focus system. So now again, there is the small rig focus system mount. This is how everything is going to mount on small rig. And again, it is 15mm. So look at that. It goes right on there. But if I try to put this on here, look at that. Look how much bigger that is. So that's point number 1. And I know I went into that a little bit too long, and I'm sorry. But that is my first dislike, whatever you want to call it, about the and by the way, there's the rest of the small rig focus motor. Love it, absolutely love it. Coolest thing ever. Gotta remember what I did with the motor though. I think it's in my camera bag. But anyways, so going on now. So what I have to do is I will have to mount my small rig focus motor on this 15mm, and you can see the difference. Let me get that in front of the camera. So there is this one is the 15mm, and this one is the 10mm. Second thing, when you are in the middle trying to see, you can just hear that it does not move smoothly. And I have put some lithium grease on these a couple times. Nothing on these seemed to move easily. And then when you have the weight of the camera on there, it makes it even worse. So it is not nice at all. So there's that. Okay, so the next thing, and this is more a I don't like it. It's not a problem. It's not something that's bad about it. But one of the things that I don't like is, okay, so you've got the one knob on the base, then you've got the other knob on the grip, then you've got this little, and this is a stop right there, so it doesn't keep rolling, it stops and bounces back. So to me, this would be good for kind of pulling focus and stopping. It's not, hopefully it wouldn't bounce back, but you can control how fast it does, or even if you wanted to use it for a zoom. Now, you can only use this for focus on a internally focused camera. So if you have a DSLR that has autofocus lenses or anything like that, you can't use it. What this is for is like a point and shoot that has the built-in focus, not focus, but zoom on it. Sorry, not focus, but zoom. So if you want to use that for the built-in zoom on a like a mirrorless camera that has a built-in lens or something like that. So like on my Sony ZV-1, I can use that for that. The only problem is unfortunately even the Sony ZV-1 is not compatible with this. There's only a handful that are. So they made this big, huge gimbal for professionals, and they didn't throw in, this was what, 5-6 years ago, one of the top selling Sony cameras on the market, so I don't even think it's compatible with the newer Z models, not the ZV-1, but the ZE10 or E10 or something like that. I don't even think it's compatible with that. So you can't just plug this in or hook it up through Bluetooth or whatever and expect it to work, because it's not going to. So keep that in mind. Now, this is the other thing. I believe this is the last thing that I don't like. First off, I do want to say this is a very good gimbal. It's heavy duty. Motors are strong. It's a beast. Very heavy. Very heavy. Things a beast. These are some things that I just don't like about it. So this is the other thing. This is probably my last thing. So this right here. This is, and it does have, you can see there is a USB-C plug in there to where you can charge this, and there are the contacts for when you mount it onto the thing. So this is remote. You can use this remotely. It's wireless, and it's good. It has a joystick, record button, mode button, power button. That changes what the other buttons on here do. So there's like 5 different buttons on the base itself also. Anyways, moving on. This mounts on here. It's difficult to get it to mount. You have to have it in the exact right position to get it to mount. That was probably the easiest it's ever been to mount. So, and then you can two-hand this thing. So you can hold it like this. This is that problem though. This has one way to mount and one place to mount. There's nowhere else you can mount that. This is the only thing. This is the Feiyutech ring. So this is the only one that this would be compatible with. There is another one that is good for not the Scorp Pro, but the Scorp Mini, I think. I can't remember. Anyways, so this drops down into here like that. So that is the only way you can use this on anything. It's the only mount that is capable of going onto this at all. Nothing else, or there's anything else made that will take this thing and put it in its place. Now this, like I said, this is made for it. It is perfect for it. You can use the knob. You can press the 2 buttons even on the side. Everything else is operable. So it's perfect for this. But again, so if you are, say, shooting video in a car, so you're doing car to car, and you've got the gimbal mounted out on a car mount or something like that, okay, and you're using the remote to do that, you've got a monitor in front of you, you cannot mount this as one of the grips and use it to control things. You'll have to have this and have to hold this because it will not mount on anything else. There's no other ways to do it. So unless Feiyutech would come up with something that would just go in here and snap in and then have a 1/4-20 little mount on it, something, anything like that. Make it flat though. Don't make it so it's cocked like this. Actually, that wouldn't be bad either, but don't do that. So again, those are my dislikes about it. They're just my dislikes. I haven't seen anybody else do reviews that said anything about their dislikes about it. So I just wanted to throw those out there real quick. I will be doing some car videos and stuff soon. I will actually be doing some music videos pretty soon using this. So I will have some of that in there. What I hope to do is have maybe a 360 camera filming me using it so that you can see how I use it. And I'll probably be using the ring just to, make sure everything does it the way it's supposed to. But anyways, that's kind of what I wanted to throw out there today. Not a huge amount of information or anything. Again, it's all opinions. It's just the way I feel about it. This rig on this thing gets pretty heavy. So again, I apologize for making this so long, but I just wanted to kind of put that out there so that everybody kind of knew what they were getting into if they decide to buy this. Again, for somebody that does weekend stuff or whatever, just every once in a while, gimbal's great for the price. I mean, the pro level of this is, I don't know, $1,000, $1,200, something like that. It's ridiculous. So there's no reason to spend that much money on something like that. So keep that in mind, but just, unless you have to, I would stay away. The motor, the build of this motor is nothing compared to this one either. So the strength of this motor is really good. The last time I had this wing even hooked up and turned on, it kept springing back away from the gear. It kept slipping out of gear. So I don't know. And the bad thing is that's a pretty big wheel on there. This one's got a smaller wheel, but it's sharper. It digs in better. I don't know. I'm not into all that, but I just will say I would prefer the small rig over the Feiyutech. But the gimbal itself is really good. Let me just show you a couple of things real quick. First, it has the two USB-Cs for the motors. Then it's got two more USB-Cs, one for the camera, for hooking up a camera, and the other for, I can't remember exactly what it's for, but I think you can use it for different things. Then it's got another USB-C here to charge the actual base. If you have this connected, you can put it through one and it charges both. But I believe you can actually use this for updates and stuff like that too, if I'm not mistaken. Power button, memory recall button. It has the ABCs over here to where if you have your focus set on something, you can press A and it'll go to that focus, then press B, it'll go to that focus, and so on and so on. This changes the function of this wheel. That's pretty much it, I think, on that part. Yeah, but it does have what is it? ASI? Now, what are these called? I can't remember what those are. RE? Yeah, it has the RE with the 2-pin. So you can mount like a monitor mount or something on there. It's got the same thing on the other side, so you've got that. It does have the button here for the what's that called, where it'll flip around to self view or whatever. And then this, of course, it has the joystick. It does have the big monitor screen on it. It looks great. Actually, let me go ahead and turn this on. It's not hooked up to the gimbal's not on. You turn that gimbal on. Oh, that's another thing. Those little flip switches that lock it in place. If you have that, you have one of those engaged, and you turn it on, it pops a bolt and goes to sleep immediately. So you can't use it at all. So, and those things, you barely brush them, and they could lock into place. So let me go back to this camera. So real quick, I will show you this. It does have this this little screen here, and I'm not sure. There we go. So you can change modes and stuff like that. You can see my battery is good on this one. It's dead on the other one. It shows the battery on both of them. This has different screens you can look at, all that kind of stuff. Again, there is do that. There's your joystick, record button, mode button. There is a screen locked. There we go. So there's your screen lock, and the lock mode. And then here is your zoom or whatever button you want to use that for. So that's pretty much it. And again, if this is connected to the gimbal itself, you press one button and it turns both of them on, but you have to turn them on separate if they're not connected. So that's pretty much it. It comes with a lot of cables and stuff for different cameras, all that kind of good stuff. These are all the same cable, so it only comes with one of those. And you need to start keeping those parts together. But anyways, there you have it. That's kind of what I think. That is my view, or my whatever description of it. Like I said, it comes with a nice case too. I like the case. Everything fits good and tight in there. So be expected to fight with the gimbal when you're trying to balance things. It's just that tight. It does not slide very easily, but once you get it on there, it's rock solid. It works. It's good. Again, it's heavy. It's great because you can do it where you're hanging two-hand, or you can drop it and hold it one hand, and you can do the low, like if you're doing the wheels on a car or whatever, doing low fly over the ground. walking by somebody's feet, all that kind of good stuff. It's great for stuff like that. But again, it's heavy. I don't really know about the other ones. I've had a couple of the smaller gimbals for mirrorless cameras or for action cams, stuff like that. I've never had a professional gimbal for a professional camera, so I don't know how they weigh or how they feel, anything like that. I will say that the one that I've seen that's the professional grade that a lot of people put the Blackmagic Design Pocket 4K or 6K on and stuff like that. I think it's the DJI one, the DJI Ronin maybe. That looks pretty beefy too. It's only one grip, so it makes it a little bit different there. You don't have the second grip to hold it more stable or anything like that. I don't know about the controls on it. It looks like a really good gimbal, and it's got a lot of options and stuff, but again, at $1,200 I think. I think base is like $900. To me, it's just not worth it for somebody that's not going to film on. I don't make my living off of doing this. I don't. That's not me. I just, this is for fun for me. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy working with people. So, and I love tech. I'm a huge tech fan. So, but I don't love spending money on tech. So, there's where I have my drawbacks. But, anyways, that's just me. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Let me know if there's anything in the comments that you'd like to hear about. I do have a couple extra things coming up soon. I just got some new equipment that I'm going to be doing hopefully pretty soon. Again, the matte box is coming soon. It's going to be a small rig Mini Pro, I believe. The small rig Mini Pro matte box. Maybe a little mount for that. I'm not worried too much about doing a video on that or anything, but still, you know, just little stuff like that. And a couple of things that doesn't have anything to do with video or photography equipment or anything like that. I'm still going to do reviews on those too. So I'd like to thank everybody for looking at my vaccine horror story video. That blew up for the last month. I don't know what happened with that, but I mean, it just completely, it was a huge explosive, for some reason, people just started watching it all of a sudden. I mean, it went from having maybe 500 or 600 views over the last couple of years to having 65,000 views, I think, somewhere like that. So it was crazy. I mean, I was having, 10, 15 comments a day that I was having to respond to. And that was weird. I'm not a comment type person. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love hearing your comments and stuff. I love answering them. But, man, when you're getting that many, that's like, I don't have time to look through all those all the time. So I apologize if I missed anybody. But the update to that is also posted on there, too. I guess a lot of people miss that because it's only got about 200 views. And that's the part that talks about the surgery that I had to have and everything. So anyways, and that's why I got into this, because I went through all that. It almost killed me and had to have my spleen taken out, was hospitalized 6 times, I think. And yeah, wasn't good. So I got into doing stuff like this, thinking that I was going to have a lot of spare time, but it actually ended up getting taken care of, and I went back to work and everything's good now. So I still have to go back every now and then, but yeah, I don't have the time that I thought I was going to have. So not on earth, but just free. So anyways, glad to get something out there again. It's been a while since I've been behind the camera. I've been working more on audio stuff, trying to do some music videos and stuff, or getting ready to do some music videos for some folks. And still trying to talk my son-in-law into doing a car video. And I'm hoping that's going to come one of these days. But he's more interested in everything else that he wants to do instead of what I want to do. So, but anyways, it was good seeing you all again, or not seeing you, but it's good being out again. But hope you liked this video. Please comment, let me know if there's any concerns. If you want me to shorten things, I will shorten it in the end. But if you want anything else, if you need more clarification on anything, please let me know. I'll try to answer the questions as best I can. And I hope to be putting some more gear reviews on soon. All right, thanks. See you later.